Welcome back, my lovelies. My name is Queenette, and today we are going to be making this very simple cowl kimono. What I have here is 3 yards of fabric. So what I did was to fold the fabric lengthwise into 2, then into 2 again widthwise, that's into 4. So why I did that was because I don't want a joining on my shoulder. Yeah, so we are cutting for both the front and the back together. So this part here is going to be our center front and our center back, meaning that this other part is where we're going to be cutting from. This folded edge is where all my measurements are going to start from, so it can be regarded as my top line. This kimono is a cut together sleeve kimono, meaning that the sleeve and the bodies are together. So when taking the measurement, you're taking from your nape down to wherever you want your sleeve to stop, as seen in the illustration. For my shoulder line, I'm going to be marking 18.5, and from that 18.5 point, I'll be marking the bust point. This bust point measurement is 7 as a guide for our sleeve opening. So the bust point I'm working with is 11.5, and I'm going to be adding 2 inches to it because it's a kimono and you do not want it tight. You do not want the sleeve area to be tight. So I'm going to mark that down. That is going to be 13.5. So I'm just going to go ahead to square it out. So whatever I marked on the shoulder line, I am going to mark it on that bust point line. And what I had was 18.5, so I'm just going to mark that out and draw a straight line down to the top line. Next, I'm going to be marking the length of my cowl. So from that top line, I'm marking 31 inches. So this 31 inches is not a standard measurement. It all depends on what you want. I'm just going to go ahead to mark 31 inches and square that out. So on that line, I am going to be marking the hip measurement. The hip is 46 inches, and 46 divided by 4 is going to give us 11.5, and I am going to mark that out and also add 4 inches to it for ease. So what we have there in total is 15.5. So I'm just going to remove half an inch, which is going to be 15, and I'm going to mark that at the hem area, the cowl point to the bust point. So if you want your cowl to be fuller or wider, you can just make the curve bigger, but I'm trying to be economical with my fabric. So now we're going to be marking our neck measurement. The neck width I'm using is 3.25 and the depth is going to be 1.5. So that is just for the back neckline. So we're marking the back neckline first. So for the front neckline, we are just going to mark 15 inches from the top line, and we're connecting it to the neck width just with a straight line. Just making a straight line from that point to the neck width. So as you can see now, this is our back neckline and this is our front neckline. Next, we're just going to cut out. Now that I've cut the back, I will just go ahead to spread the fabric open to cut the front. That's differentiating the front from the back, because as you can see, the front neckline is deeper than the back. The front neckline is the one that has the 15 inches depth. So I'm just notching the shoulder tip, and that's going to serve as a guide for me once I open the fabric up. So I'm just making sure everything is laying straight and equal, and I'm just going to cut the neckline. So I'll just go ahead now to open up the fabric all the way down. So this is how it's looking. This is the center front and the neckline. I will just go ahead to close up the sides and fold the sleeve area as well. So I've done that. I folded it, and this is I folded the sides, and this is the opening for my sleeve. And next we are going to be measuring round the center front. My tape is long enough, so what I have here is 105 inches. So I'm just going to add an extra 2 inches to the length. So what I'm cutting is going to be 4 inches width and 107 inches long. I folded my 4 inches into two, so what I have is 2 inches wide now, and I've ironed it out. I'll just place right sides to right sides and sew it all around the neckline. Afterwards, I am going to hem the lower part. Thank you so much for watching so far, and see you in my next video.